So after I pull from the base of the neck so that he feels it all throughout his spine down to the lower back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work on his neck, because the neck is probably the most important part of any massage, because it's the most relaxing, and because it deals with the spinal cord so much, it kind of deals with any neuromuscular, any problems you might have in your back. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of turn his head, and we're just going to kind of like pull and stretch. Okay.
Yeah, pop.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Pull and stretch. Popping, snapping, and cracking are good indications that you're pretty much doing the right thing, because we're not forcing anything. We're just pulling and stretching, so everything is going back into place pretty much. So I'm going to switch sides. I do both sides with the same amount of pressure, pretty much with the same formality, because what I'm trying to do also is I'm trying to find which area is more tense. So same thing, same pressure, same everything. Even though I feel like this side is tenser than the other side, I'm not going to apply any more pressure than I need to. Because like I said, it's all about relaxing the client, and it's all about kind of finding out how you're going to approach the situation once you find out what's going on. So once I do that, slowly place their head back in place and work both sides at the same time. Same pressure. Same thing. I say whatever you're doing at the time, it's good to do it 2 or 3 times to kind of get an understanding of what's going on. So I'm working his traps out right now, all the way up to the front, to the AC joint, which is connected to his delts and traps, AC joint. So once I do that, now I kind of understand where I need to go from this point. His left side seems to be more stiff than his right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the left side, the side that's not as tense, and kind of try to apply much more pressure so that it will take some of the load away from the side that is more tense. So what we're going to work on now are the quads, okay? These are kind of like the thigh muscles, the muscles that are in the front, okay? And they're actually 3 separate muscles, so that's why I call them quads. It's not just one big muscle. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to do the same thing, but I'm going to apply a little more pressure to these muscles because they really, really do get tight. But along with this muscle, I'm going to work the muscle that's on this side. And it's not even a muscle, it's a tendon. They call it the IT band. And it's a tendon that is kind of attributed with the muscle. And it's really, really tight. And that muscle or tendon is connected to your knees all the way up to your hip. And the only reason I'm working on this muscle is because, once again, he said he had lower back problems. You have lower back problems, you have hip problems. You have hip problems, you got IT band problems. You got IT band problems, you most likely got quad problems. Then you have knee problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to work up and down the quads and the IT band. So this is just motion, up and down, with pressure, okay? Very important, okay? Because like I said, this muscle is very tight. IT band, same thing. But you don't want it to be too uncomfortable. If you see your client flinch or that they look like they're uncomfortable, just come off the pressure a little bit. Okay. Another good thing to do is maybe apply your knuckles and spread. Okay? Just spread the muscle out. Pressure and just spread. Just spread the muscle out. And spread. Once again, use as much as your hand as you can because it's a large muscle. Okay? And you can apply a lot more pressure if you use your knuckles, your palm, maybe, your thumb, the whole part of your thumb. Okay? And what I like to do here also is I like to grab and let go. Grab, let go, grab, let go. Grab, let go, grab, let go. That way I can get the IT band and the quad at the same time. Okay. Once we loosen that up and you feel a little release, we're going to go into stretching his hip out. So in the beginning of doing a massage, it's very important to connect with the client. A lot of things that I try to use to relax the client or to calm the client down, it's very important that I use the proper kind of oil or cream. Usually I ask the client before if there's anything that's harmful to their skin or irritating that they would or would not like to use, and Peter pretty much said that it's okay to use anything at this point. So what we're going to use is we're going to use shea butter, and I like to use shea butter because it's natural, first of all. It's not irritating. Most people are not allergic to shea butter, and it's very good for the skin. It's very good for the conductivity and smoothness and flow when you want to do massage. Along with that, I like to use any type of aromatherapy like eucalyptus and different things like that. So once again, like I said, what we're going to do is first we're going to connect with the client. So I'm going to apply the shea butter to my hand and make sure it's evenly distributed through my hand. And then, first of all, I'm going to do is press. Both sides evenly. And then basically, it's all about motion. Peter explained earlier that he was having problems with his lower back. Something that's very good to do with a person that has lower back issues or anything that has to do with the spinal cord is to kind of like pull at the base of their head. And they definitely will feel it towards the base. And in the lower back. Do you feel a stretch?
Yes, I do. It's nice.
Okay. Nothing extreme. First of all, he said he doesn't like deep tissue, so it's nothing extreme, but definitely you want to apply enough pressure and enough pull to where they definitely feel it. Once again, this goes along with trying to relax them, trying to connect. And then once you connect with your client, it's good to kind of go into the type of massage that you're implementing. So the type of massage that I'm implementing is sports massage. So I'm going to stretch him out. So now what we're going to do, now that we got him like suspended almost, his arms are forward, all the blood is pretty much going down to his fingertips right now. We're not going to keep him in this position too much longer. But what I want to do is I kind of want to focus on the lower back now, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to it's a stretch, pull, stretch, pull, stretch, pull. That's kind of like what we're going to do. So I'm going to start at the lower back, okay? And I'm going to pull up and out, okay? So I regroup, come back in, pull up and out, okay? All the way from the spine. Everything's away from the spine. Never press down on the spine. So it's out. Bring it, regroup, push down and out. Regroup, down and out, okay? When you regroup, no pressure, okay? But once you come back, apply pressure, and out to the arms. Okay? Let's flow. So regroup, push down, and out. Okay? You can use your knuckles, you can use your palms, whichever is comfortable for you. Be careful in rotating your wrist. That would really not be a good idea for a therapist who wants to do this for a long time. So push down and out. Okay? Push down and out towards the arms. Let it go. Okay? Another good way of doing this, once again, if you use your knuckles, just push out. Pressure down and out. Okay? Push your foot weight down and just press out. But learn how to put your pressure down, but then just relax. Okay? And bring it out. Down, pressure, and then out. Down, pressure, out. Down, pressure, out. Okay? So once we press out, another good thing for the lower back is to stretch it out, okay? So one side goes up, other side goes down. One side goes up, other side goes down. One side goes up, other side goes down. Work your way all the way down the hips, okay? Come back and do the same thing. You really don't have to do you don't have to do this that many times, okay? Just maybe a couple of times. Down and out, down and out, down and out, okay? That's a very good stretch for the lower back, okay? So we created like a stream up and down the back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to focus on the scapula again. Remember the scapula, the bone, the back of the back, where the shoulders connect, the muscles in your back connect, and also this is where this is what they call the rotator cuff, the muscles that are connected to the scapula. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply friction to those muscles that connect to the sides and the base of the scapula. Okay. Now what this does is it creates a lot of heat, okay, within the muscle, okay, and that's going to bring attention to that area. Once again, blood flow, oxygen, all those different things. It's going to help relax them as well. So all it is back and forth, okay, across muscle fibers, not actually going with them. You're going across the fiber, okay, all the way around the scapula. And then after that, what I do is I grab the arm, okay, try to do it as comfortable as possible, okay? If this really bothers your client, don't do it. But if you can get it in their hand on their back at any point to where it can relax, then you're okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press from his elbow. I would pull on his hand, but this seems kind of tight, okay? So I'm going to push on his elbow, and I'm going to put another hand underneath the scapula. This is the best way to get underneath the scapula, okay? Because what you do is when you put the hand up, the scapula sticks out, okay? So that way you can go underneath it, okay? So the more I pull this way, the further up it goes. So I'm going to push, and I'm just going to stretch it out, okay? So it's like pull forward, and I'm going to press out with my palms, okay? Pull forward, press out. I'm going to do it one more time. You're going to go up the scapula to the shoulders, okay? Up, push, stretch, okay? Now relax, okay? And more friction. Not so much as the first time. Put the hand on the back, okay? Once again, do this 3 times, okay? Push, press, push, press, push, press, okay?